Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Golf, and with us head coach Sam Stark. First of all, Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on winning the GLIAC Championship on the women's side this past weekend. Outstanding weekend for your team.
Yeah, brought some hardware home. Really confident group, really just believed in themselves. Knew it was a field that we could compete in, and just drew on the prior weeks to really gain a ton of confidence going into this, and broke some school records in the process. Ton of them, and first round's under par ever for our teams. Lowest team score by I think 12 shots, so 284, which was incredible. And then finished it off against some really good teams in Grand Valley and Saginaw Valley, and no better feeling than I was telling you earlier. I got doused with water in 42 degrees, but if you're gonna have a cold shower, that's about the best cold shower you could have.
Obviously, you mentioned it right there, 36 holes of stroke play that took place on Friday, and the top 4 teams able to move on to the semifinals. Outstanding day, playing a lot of golf on Friday.
It was, and it was shot for shot with Wayne State. We actually took second. It was incredible golf. I haven't quite experienced anything like that in 7 years as a head coach. They shot 10 under for 36 holes. We shot 7 under. Lena Eldred broke our individual school record with a 68. Danny Staskowski 69 and a 70. Cameron Shannon shot 70. Abby Grevel 71. So it was a scoring bonanza out there, and we did good to keep up, but we knew we just had to get in a medal match and then shift our focus a little bit. Scores went up during medal match, but that's going to happen with that format, just so mono-y-mono, one-on-one. But we did really well with it, stuck to our process, and ended it with a trophy. So
you came back on Saturday and obviously took on Grand Valley State, a team that's been right at the top of the conference for so many years, and played, again, some great golf in kind of a pressure situation going one-on-one against an opponent.
Yeah, just had to really fix our mindset on playing our own games and not worrying about who's on the other side and the colors and the bag and the rivalry. They had won 13 out of 14 conference championships, so it's kind of old hat for them to be in that situation. But for us, we had not made medal match play since we started that format, I believe, 5 years ago. So, but it was, a testament to our players that they were able to flip that switch. Didn't matter who was on the other side, whether it was going to be Grand Valley or Wayne State or Saginaw Valley. Those are and us, 4 teams that made it through. They were able to just stay calm and play their own games and have some really clutch shots. I mean, Abby Grevel played her last 6 holes, 2 under par. Lena Eldred birdies her last hole to win her match by 1. So, they've put the work in all year to be in that situation. They stepped up, and it was really cool to see.
Big win in the semis over Grand Valley, and you didn't have a whole lot of time to really reflect on that one. Had to get ready to take on Saginaw Valley, which had been playing well going into the weekend.
Yeah, they're a really steady team, and I see a lot of the same characteristics in their lineup that's in our lineup, where they may not have that superstar, but they're going to have 5 solid scores to kind of throw at you, and they did that, but we were able to just, once again, stick with our process. Our best players played their best when they needed to. I mean, Elena and Danny both shooting 73, and it was just great to see all that hard work culminate in a really fun celebration, and our first title in 16 years. So it's good to see that. Hopefully, something to build on.
Fifth title in program history, and obviously you go back to those teams in the early 2000s under Brad Bedortha that had so much success. So nice to kind of follow in those footsteps.
It is. It's been a long time coming. It was a little flabbergasting when I saw our last one was in 2007, just because we've had such a history of success. And Grand Valley's kind of run the conference for that many years, but to not only win, but to get past them in the first round, it's a program we have a ton of respect for. Hopefully we start to see ourselves in those shoes where we can get on that run ourselves, and keep building on this. So great win. Took all 12 people that are on the team to win it, and we just had great support all week, so it was a lot of fun.
You mentioned that support. What does it mean to have so many family, friends there to not only cheer you on, but obviously the messages maybe you've kind of received as a team since winning the conference championship?
Yeah, we've heard from a lot of different people, a lot of different Bulldogs from years past, and people I've played with. I played here 2010 to 2015. Even prior to that, some of those people who had won the last GLIAC Championship, have reached out, and it means a lot to our girls, means a lot to our program. The support we enjoy as Ferris State Golf is incredible, and it speaks to that history on the men and the women's side. And we had a lot of our teams, from either gender supporting the other these last couple weeks. So just speaks to the culture we've built and what we're continuing to build, and hopefully that becomes the norm every year, that many people are out to watch, because we probably had 50 people or so just supporting our ladies out there. It was fantastic.
Obviously, the women get the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament on the men's side. You were at the GLIAC Championships last week, made it to the semifinals, and hoping for a name to be called on the men's side as well.
Yeah, we're scoreboard watching right now, so it all comes down to what happens in the Great Midwest. Everything that needed to happen on the GLVC side of it happened for us, but guys played really well. Ran into a really hot Wayne State team. You know, if you score those medal match play semifinals, Grand Valley shoots 20 under against Purdue Northwest. We shoot 8 under against Wayne State. Wayne State shoots 9 under. So not much you can do when you play your best and the other team just does a little bit better. But it was, once again, really fun to be in the heat of that battle, to be in that competition, to see that many birdies on the board, to go back and forth with those teams, and it just proves how strong our league is, how strong our region is. But yeah, we were 10th at the last regional rankings, 10 get in. So you always want to have your destiny in your own hands. We couldn't quite do that, but really proud of the effort the guys put in. Another group that's just playing their best at the right time, led by the probable GLIAC freshman of the year in Caleb Bond. So been fun to see them kind of follow his lead and get better and better each week as the spring goes on.
What has it meant for both programs to be able to carry on the proud tradition of Ferris State golf?
Yeah, it's something we all take really seriously. You know, as an alum, it means a bit more to me personally, and to be able to hear directly from former Dogs who have had that success nationally, regionally, means a whole lot. I think our players are starting to understand that too, and drawing on the history that we have here. So to be able to build on that and to add to the history is always going to be the goal. So been immensely proud of both groups as we hopefully continue into the postseason. I know the women will. Hoping to hear good news on the men's side, because they're playing their best golf right now, and we'd love a crack at regionals and hopefully get into nationals.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Congrats again on the GLIAC Championship, and best of luck here in postseason play.
Thanks, Rob. We appreciate it.
That'll do it for the final episode of the 2022-2023 athletic season of Ferris Sports Update. You can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Thanks again for tuning in. Join us again next fall right here on Ferris Sports Update.